Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to play through all 7 chords of the A-flat Ionian mode on the piano so that when you play a song in A-flat Ionian, you already know where to find these chords on the keyboard. And in the process, you'll also see how these chords are formed and why they sound so good. Okay, so to start, these 7 chords are all derived from the A-flat Ionian mode, which sounds and looks like this. The notes in this pattern are A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, and A flat, which we can also refer to using scale degree numbers, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice how some of the notes are played using black keys and some are on white keys, but that doesn't really matter. What we really care about is the underlying pattern. And when we play these chords in sequence, they sound nice. Now, to create chords from this pattern, all we have to do is combine every other note in groups of 3, starting on each respective scale degree, like this, to get A flat major, or the major 1 chord built from notes A flat, C, and E flat, B flat minor, the minor 2 chord formed from notes B flat, D flat, and F, C minor, the minor 3 chord in this mode, which combines C, E flat, and G, D flat major, the major 4 chord made from notes D flat, F, and A flat, E flat major, the major 5, E flat, G, and B flat, F minor, the minor 6, notes F, A flat, and C, and then the G diminished chord, or the diminished 7 in A flat Ionian, which is made from notes G, B flat, and D flat. So by combining every other note of the A-flat Ionian mode, 7 distinct harmonies are formed, which all sound good together because they stem from the same source pattern. Again, the A-flat Ionian mode itself sounds like this, with each note played in sequence. And when we play the 7 chords in order, major 1, minor 2, minor 3, etc., it basically sounds like the same pattern, but fleshed out. Together, these chords give us a complete set of harmonies we can use to compose different chord progressions in A-flat Ionian. By moving back and forth between these chords in different patterns and arrangements, we can come up with some interesting sounds. For example, we might start on A-flat major, the major 1, and then move to the major 4 chord, D-flat major, and then pass through E-flat major, the major 5, before returning to the A-flat major, major 1 again. Or we could move through any of the other chords in this mode to create a lot of other progressions too. The options are nearly endless using just these 7 chords, which is awesome. But what's even better is that there's even more variety in how you can actually play these chords using what's called inversions, or different permutations of the note patterns in each chord. For example, the A-flat major chord, the major 1, is made up of these 3 notes: A flat, C, and E flat. And they sound good together when combined in this order. But to mix things up a little, we can also play this same chord, A flat major, by moving A flat to the top of the group like this to play the notes in this order: C, E flat, and A flat. This is still the A flat major chord, the major 1 in this mode, but played in what we call the first inversion, which sounds slightly different. And then for even more variety, we can also shift the C note to the top like this to play this same A flat major chord in this order: E flat, A flat, and C, to create what's called the second inversion. So in total, just this one chord, A flat major, can be played in 3 ways. With A flat at the bottom in what we call the root position, with A flat at the top in what we call the first inversion, and then with A flat in the middle in what we call the second inversion. Likewise, we can play all of the other chords in different inversions as well. B flat minor, the minor 2 chord, can be arranged in any of these 3 ways: root position, first inversion, second inversion. C minor, the minor 3, can be played like this: root position, first inversion, second inversion. D flat major, the major 4, can be played in root position, first inversion, second inversion. E flat major, the major 5, can be played like this: root position, first inversion, second inversion. F minor, the minor 6, can take any of these forms: root position, first inversion, second inversion, and then G diminished, the diminished 7, can also be played in root position, first inversion, and second inversion. So these 7 chords of the A-flat Ionian mode form a compatible set of harmonies that all sound good together because they stem from the same source pattern. And then with all of the inversions, we have a full palette to choose from to build different finger positions, picking a certain inversion to create just the right sound or to simplify the finger movement from one chord to the next, depending on how the progression flows. For example, if you want to play a 1-4-5-1 progression, or A-flat, D-flat, E-flat, A-flat in this case, A-flat Ionian, you could play the chords like this. But as a result, you have to move your hand a lot. The motion is pretty mechanical and takes extra time. So, to make things more fluid, to simplify the finger movement from one chord to the next, you can play this same 1-4-5 progression like this. By using different inversions, my hand barely shifts at all as I go. In this example, I played the 1 chord in root position, then the 4 chord in second inversion, and then the 5 chord in first inversion, and then back to the 1 chord in root position. So instead of root position, root position, root position, root position, I played root position, second inversion, first inversion, root position. Same chords, just a lot easier to play. And the same idea applies to the other chords too. In fact, there's a formula you can use to play all the chords of A-flat Ionian starting on the 1 chord in root position that goes like this. R means the chord is in root position, 1 means it's played in first inversion, and 2 means second inversion. In sequence, the pattern is root position, second inversion, first inversion, root position. So A-flat major, major 1 is in root position, B-flat minor, the minor 2 is in root position, C minor, minor 3 is in second inversion, D-flat major, major 4 is in second inversion, E-flat major, the major 5 is in first inversion, F minor, minor 6 is in first inversion, G diminished, the diminished 7 is in root position, and then back to A-flat major in root position. It takes some practice to move your fingers back and forth between these chords, but once you understand and can see the logic, you can get a feel for it pretty quickly because it's all just patterns. And what's really cool is that this same basic idea applies when the major 1 chord is in a different inversion and not root position. For example, if we play the major 1 chord in first inversion, the formula for the other chords is this. First inversion, root position, second inversion, first inversion. On a keyboard, this is what it looks like. A-flat major, the major 1 is in first inversion. B-flat minor, the minor 2 is in first inversion. C minor, the minor 3 is in root position. D-flat major, the major 4 is in root position. E-flat major, the major 5 is in second inversion. F minor, the minor 6 is in second inversion. G diminished, the diminished 7 chord is in first inversion. And then back to A-flat major in first inversion. Together, these inversions of the chords form another set that you can use to swiftly move from one to the next. And then finally, when the major 1 chord begins in second inversion, the formula looks like this. Second inversion, first inversion, root position, second inversion. Again, on the keyboard, here's what these chords look like. A-flat major, the major 1 is in second inversion. B-flat minor, the minor 2 is in second inversion. C minor, the minor 3 is in first inversion. D-flat major, the major 4 is in first inversion. E-flat major, the major 5 is in root position. F minor, the minor 6 is in root position. G diminished, the diminished 7 is in second inversion. Back to A-flat major, the major 1 in second inversion. Now, all of these different chord positions can seem like a lot, but really it's just 7 basic chords, all derived by combining every other note of the A-flat Ionian mode. And by playing different permutations or inversions of these chords, we can move between the different finger positions more easily. So it's just simple patterns we're using here, but played in different ways to expand our palette, giving us more options as we move around the keyboard. To help you really get a feel for each of these chords and all of the different inversions, I'm going to show you some diagrams next that you can use to pause the video, take a screenshot, and then print to refer to at your own pace as you play through each of these patterns. This first one shows 2 octaves of the A-flat Ionian mode, or the A-flat major scale, along the top, with the gray vertical lines representing the black keys on the keyboard. And as you go from top to bottom, you can play the A-flat major chord, major 1, B-flat minor chord, minor 2, and so on, where each chord is just formed by playing every other note from the A-flat Ionian mode. Here, each chord is just displayed in root position. This next diagram shows all of the same chords, but with A-flat major, the major 1, in root position, and then the formula, the inversion formula along the left there, that shows how you can shift between chords more easily with limited finger movement. And then this diagram shows the same 7 chords, but with A-flat major, the major 1, in first inversion, and the chord formula along the left showing the finger positions to ease the motion between chords. And then this diagram shows A-flat major, the major 1, in second inversion, with the finger positions for all of the other chords respectively. So these are the chords of A-flat Ionian on the piano keyboard. Definitely play through each of these patterns to get a feel for them yourself on the piano. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.